Jai Hind, Namaste, Jai Mata Di and Jai Bharat. I hope you guys are doing good and you are in good health and good mood. So today the next video in the series of food or the Tamsik, Sattvic, Rajasic food, I am bringing it today, and this is also related to understanding Sanatan Dharma and applying it into your life the way it should have been applied, and not with all kind of condemnations that have happened in it. So let's use it, let's understand it, and let's use it in the right way. So I hope first you've watched the earlier videos of the series, and if you have not, the link is in the description box for the playlist. Please watch those videos. Today we are going to talk about the second category of food, and Krishna in Gita had said, Shri Krishna had said that you are what you eat. So that is why it is first pillar of anything is very it is first pillar is food, and it is very important. So let's start with the second part of it. The first part was Tamsik Aahar, Tamsik Bhojan or Tamsik food, and I did explain what that is and how it impacts. And today we are going to talk about the second division of the food, which most of the people have forgotten, and they have actually incorrectly divided food only in two categories, which is Tamsik and Sattvic, which is not right. There is a third category. Today we are going to talk about what this third category is, how it transpires into the food, what are the foods that fall into this third category, how do we decide if the food is Rajasic or not, what are the wrong things that we have been doing, and what are the changes that we require in our lifestyle. Okay, so to start with, I will request, if you like this video, please share it with at least 5 people and press the like button so that more people know about it and understand it. So Rajasic, what is Rajasic gun? When you talk about Rajasic gun, it is an energy, it is that part of your energy or your basic nature, where you understand the right and wrong. You are aware of your surroundings, you are aware what is right, what is wrong, but because your ego is so huge that despite of knowing what is right, what is wrong, you take wrong decisions because you just want to satisfy your ego. That's tamas. Now how does this tamas, or that's rajas, how does this rajas actually transpires into food? Any food that gives you that much of power, the food has some kind of benefit for you, but it gives you that much of fire or that much of energy that you lose the balance and you are unable to decide where to put that energy. It becomes the energy becomes so powerful, the power that it gives you becomes so powerful, it is so strong that you don't know how to use that, where to use that, and you end up at times using it into the wrong direction, is the Rajasic food. Now Rajasic food is required, it is part of your life, it is required, but when and how is it required is what I'm going to talk to you. So first understand that what impact this Rajasic food has on human body. What does it do to human body? So what that does, Rajasic food is a food which has a stimulating effect on your body and mind. So it stimulates, it motivates, it creates desire, it creates lot of flow of energy, it creates aggression, it creates passion, it creates at times imbalance of emotions, it creates at times alter consciousness, and at times when that energy is not used in the right way, it also can create depression. So where Tamsik creates depression right away, Rajasic, if not used, that energy is not used in the right direction, can create some kind of a depression. Now if you talk about these things, we need at times energy, we need at times passion, we need at times that fire, we need at times that powerful flow of energy in us to do certain things. So it's not that it is not required, but when is it required, how much is taken, and how it transpires is very important for us. So now let's see what kind of foods fall into the category of Rajasic foods. So the foods that fall into the category of Rajasic foods are fish, eggs, chicken, whole pulses. So if you think that you've left egg and chicken and you are eating the whole pulses, and you're eating Sattvic bhojan, that's not Sattvic, it's Rajasic. Whole pulses which are not sprouted are Rajasic. hot spices like chili, pepper, salt, brinjal, eggplant, even for that matter, sugar, onion, garlic, radish, tea, coffee, the cold drinks, the chocolates, the oils and spices, all of this fall into the category of Rajasic food. So no, you all this while you were thinking incorrect that a fish, egg, chicken and onion and garlic are Tamsik. They are not Tamsik, they are Rajasic, and red meat is Tamsik. Okay, so now when we know the example of what is Tamsik food, what are the mistakes that we have been doing? The biggest mistake that we have been doing is we are following certain people who themselves are not aware of the third category of the food, and they just divide the food into Sattvic and Tamsik, and they give you all the gyan to not eat Tamsik, and in the category of Tamsik they put all the Rajasic foods, and they are not only doing an injustice to you but your children. Why? Because the Rajasic food gives us energy and a rush of energy or a power or a passion or a creativity or desire, which is actually needed dependent upon which age you are and what work do you do. So when think about it, how beautifully the food chain or food the Aahar or the food is designed and with our age and system, right? So when you are small, young child, when you're born, you're only given Sattvic Aahar. So what you take is milk and nothing else. Then when you are a little bigger than that, what you take is fruit pulps, the water of the pulses, which are not the whole pulses. And then when you grow up a little, because at that time you need that much of energy, you are like lying on one place, you're not doing any body activity. But when you start your activity, the food that is introduced to you are whole pulses. There is a little bit of the vegetables are increased, they are cooked, there is salt that is put into it, there is at times sugar that is put into it. So there are spices that are put into it. So you're introduced to Rajasic food at that time because you've started your physical activity and you need that energy. And by the time you grow and you reach a particular age, slowly and gradually the Rajasic food keeps increasing. Once your health or your age starts declining, in the sense that your body starts declining, again you go backwards and you remove the Rajasic part slowly and gradually from your diet, and you again come back to the Sattvic diet because your body can take that only. So this is how beautifully this gradual process is. So how do you decide your diet? If you are doing a lot of physical activity, like you are doing the field job or you have the work which requires a lot of physical activity, you require Rajasic food in your diet, because you will need energy and you will need to use or get that energy to use that. And that is why to not put extra burden on your body, you will require Rajasic food. So dependent upon your work situations, you should have Rajasic food. Second, if you are if you as a person have taken a name or something, whatever you follow somebody, you believe in somebody, please don't do injustice to your children and let them have parts and pieces of Rajasic food, which is very, very important for them. Otherwise they will actually end up exploiting their body more than required, and children, like young children or young people who do a lot of physical activity and they only have Sattvic bhojan, they end up creating or developing problems with their spine, with their back, with their knees, with their lower bodies, with their bones, because the body is using all its energy to do the work that they need to do, and it is not getting the required energy from the Sattvic food that they need to have that kind of work. The creativity gets weakened, the passion gets weakened, and they are not able to give the 100% result, or 100%, they are not able to work 100%, and they are exhausting their body as well. So don't do injustice to them. If you follow something or if you believe in something, please do. Rather, I think you should also think logically, but still please do, but don't push or put it on anybody else. Let them decide for themselves after understanding what is Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamsik. Second, how do you decide if the food is Rajasic or not? Any food that gives you some kind of benefit, but if taken in excess or if that energy is not used in the right way, can actually harm you, is Rajasic food. Now, for example, some people who put the onion and garlic into the category of Tamsik food, they actually said that it creates desire, it creates lust, so it should be in Tamsik category. No, it is not right. Why? Because Tamsik does not give you any benefit. Garlic, onion are beneficial when taken in the right way and in the right quantity, are beneficial for your body. They do carry some kind of benefits for your body. And if that energy, the energy that creates desire, also energy that creates passion, that creates creativity. So the same energy creates desire, passion and creativity, and it is you who has to decide where would you use that energy. And you can use the same energy in passion and creativity. So if you're doing something which requires passion, which requires creativity, which requires physical work, you can eat that Rajasic bhojan and use that energy there. If you are sitting at home not doing anything and you are eating all the Rajasic food, definitely it will only create a lust and the desire. So dependent upon your physical activity. And that is how beautifully our Sanatan was designed, that people who were into that physical work categories would have Rajasic food, and people who were not doing any physical activity, for example like Brahmins sitting for a long time chanting mantras and all of that, they will have Sattvic food. And the Kshatriya who were the fighters, they will have Rajasic food. So that is where how beautifully it is designed. And Tamsik is a big no-no, because it only has it only gives you a problem or a trouble in your physical body. So it's a big no-no. But Rajasic is required as and how your body needs it. So you can decide that. Now, what changes do you bring in your lifestyle? The change that you need to bring in your lifestyle is you need to see how much of the Rajasic food you are including in your daily life. Now, if you think that you are not eating onion, garlic and you are all sattvic, but you are eating pulses, you are eating salt, you are eating oil, which everybody is, then it is not sattvic, right? So maybe you change that, and while eating all of that, as well eat some food, some of it which is actually required for your body or as per your physical work. So if you are doing physical activity, if you are doing physical work, if you are playing, if you are in that age, you need bits and pieces of Rajasic food, and it is okay to have that in your daily routine, in your daily diet. But with this change, it is very important that you also monitor it. So too much of it is not good, too less of it is not good. A balance of it is very important, because when you have no ego at all, you have, at times you enter into a space where you have no self-respect. Not good. When you have too much of ego, not good. But when you have a balance of it, you're proud of yourself, you know who you are, you know what you are doing, good. So that is the balance that you need to bring in your life, day-to-day life, in your diet. And with that balance, I am sure that you will find better health, you will feel healthy, you will feel better, and you will be able to work better, your mind will be able to function better. And now I hope that you understand what is Rajasic and what is Tamsik, and what is the difference between the two, and how do you decide which food to include and which not to include in your diet. And if at all this is helping you 1%, please share it with at least 5 people, if not everybody on your list. And please press the like button so that it becomes searchable. And tomorrow I am going to share with you what is sattvic food, and as in how, why, when and how you bring that change in your lifestyle. So thank you so much. Hope this helps. Take care. Bye-bye.